The Combat Sports Authority, the Ringside Report Network. Our website is updated multiple times per week and is loaded with content and articles that are our demonstration that we are the Combat Sports Authority. Check it out every day to stay up to date on some of the stories and topics that don't get the coverage they deserve elsewhere. But remember, this is the Combat Sports Authority. We cover it all. Jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, boxing, karate, judo, and so much more. So while you're waiting, go ahead, lock it in, and bookmark the site. Once again, ringsidereport.net. That's ringsidereport.net.
Indeed, tonight we're previewing WWE Saturday Night's main event and AEW's Double or Nothing big weekend in wrestling. Let's talk about it. Big weekend. The weekend is big in wrestling. Where is Johnny? Where is Johnny? Hey, Johnny.
You had a bit of a puberty moment on big, I guess, or something?
What?
Yeah, you had some squeaking there on big. You're trying to find other words for big?
Big?
Large?
What do you mean?
Gigantic?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, a lot's happened besides what's going to happen this week.
A lot's happened besides what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, what's happened? Ludwig Kaiser got arrested.
Yeah, that happened.
He attacked a man who said some rude things to him, apparently, and got arrested. But he's still allowed to travel. Of course, you say, what does that matter? Who's Ludwig Kaiser anyways? You know him better as the real El Grande Americano. And he's in a big story right now with the original El Grande Americano over on Raw and in AAA. It's a pretty good story. What else has happened outside of Ludwig Kaiser?
Well, you noticed that Mick Foley will be on Double or Nothing this Sunday, right?
On the pre-show, they will have Mick Foley as one of the hosts of the pre-show with Renee, right?
Yeah, that's his use as of right now. Apparently, he hasn't even talked to Tony Khan, or maybe they've talked, but he hasn't really seen him or whatever. They didn't really have a good powwow, so I wonder what's going to happen off this. I mean, he's only the host, but I could imagine more than just being the host. He's going to have interactions. So I look forward to actually watching the pre-show, which I would rarely ever watch.
Well, that's going to make your Double or Nothing viewing very lengthy, John, because it's always a very long show. Adding the pre-show to it, you're going to be in for a long haul on Sunday night.
Well, Mick Foley makes it worth it, to be honest. So,
really,
for him, I watch it. Oh yeah, I know you're not a big fan, or don't care for him anymore. Or
what makes you say that?
You haven't been, because this has been going for a while, this AEW, and you haven't been high on this idea whatsoever, and you're not big on Mick Foley wrestling again, or because this has been pushing for quite a few months, and it's finally happening.
Well, there was talk of Foley wanting to do his last match ever against MJF at some point, right? That was the rumor.
Right.
There was talk. Apparently it was more than rumor. And now Foley's coming in to do some commentary desk work for AEW, and you're thinking it's more?
Well, I don't know if it's going to lead to a match right away, because who knows if that's what they have in store or plans right now. So, but I could see him definitely interact with MJF. I think there's a lot of money in that. And I think having him around weekly, I think it would add to the show of Dynamite.
Yeah, I'm maybe in a commissioner role or commentary role or something like that. I think there's definitely a spot for him, but I mean, he's 60 years old and pretty banged up. I don't really want to see him wrestle. I don't feel like I need to see him wrestle. But you want to see him wrestle again.
One more match. Yeah, I think we can get that out of him. I think he wants to do it.
Okay. I mean, sure. If he can do it and he wants to do it, I mean, fine, I guess. But, you know, I'm not excited
like it's the
about
worst
it.
thing in the world.
I'm not. No, I don't think it's the worst. But, like, he's 60. He's beat up. I don't think he needs it. I don't think we need it. I don't think wrestling needs it. I don't think he needs it. He's proven everything he can unless he needs the payday. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think he's going to look great in it. I'd rather have the memories of Mick Foley the way they are rather than add some other match that he'd have now that I don't think would be very good. You think it'll be good? You think he can have a good match at 60 after not wrestling for who knows how many years, 15, 20 years he hasn't wrestled. He's going to come back and wrestle at 60 and put on what? I mean, I love Mick Foley, but I loved Mick Foley in 1998. It's 2026. Like, I don't think we need it. We can move on.
Mick Foley, you've met Mick Foley. He's a very smart guy. Like, he wouldn't have another match unless he knew he could do it at this point, I think. And I believe that having a match with, you know, there's a lot of salad dressing. I definitely think there's a lot of interest in that. I think people definitely want to see that. So if he wants to do it, people want to see it. Do it.
I guess I'm not among those that really need to see it, and Mick Foley appearance on the pre-show of AEW doesn't draw interest for me. It's not enough for me to watch it. If he says anything of note, I'm sure I'll hear about it. I'll see a clip, and that'll be that. I don't need to see the pre-show to see Mick Foley talk about, you know, what match is he going to be talking about here? I could tell you the pre-show matches: Divine Dominion, Megan Bayne and Lena Cross against Zeta Steel and Viva Van. Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall take on with Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong. They take on Shane Taylor, Anthony Ogogo. Wow. Anthony Ogogo's around still. Captain Sean Dean, Carly Bravo, and Lee Moriarty in a 10-man tag. Can't wait to hear Mick Foley's thoughts on that. Like, really? Do you care about that? Like, who cares?
The thing is, I find that Mick is one of the best talkers of all time. And I enjoy hearing like what his thoughts on things. And we have no idea what he thinks about AEW. So I'm definitely intrigued to see what he thinks about what I have no idea what he thinks about so far.
I guess, you know, I think he definitely adds something to the pre-show experience, but he doesn't add enough for me to want to watch that 10-man tag I just talked about. Not enough.
Well, the lineup could be better for the pre-show. I mean, that's it for the pre-show, you're saying?
The other match is the Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Utah trios match against Anthony Bowens, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. The Ops. I mean, that doesn't do it for me either. Feels like Collision, and I don't really watch Collision. Nobody watches Collision.
Well, I think you watched Collision this week, actually. But
did I?
I mean, it was right after Dynamite.
Yeah. PVR didn't record the whole thing.
Oh, because the whole, like, you only get the next day kind of thing, right? Yeah.
No, I just taped, 2.5 hours. It's set to record 2.5 hours, so it didn't. I don't know. I don't think I got the whole thing. I stopped watching after Darby's match. That felt like the main event. Yeah, MJF was there. That was the main event. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, you actually did, because it was 3 hours, because Collision was right after Dynamite.
Yeah,
so
but did I miss anything on that third hour?
Ospreay. Like, I thought that Ospreay promo afterwards that he cut on Samoa Joe was a really good Ospreay promo. One of the best promos I think he's ever cut in AEW.
Okay.
You missed that one, for sure. Match-wise, yeah, I don't think you really missed much of anything of note. But for moments, definitely the Ospreay and MJF attacked Darby afterwards and tried to, I think, shave his head because he had clippers. But that didn't work out.
Yeah. I thought it was funny during the Darby Allin Speedball Bailey match when Darby had Mike Bailey down, and he was pinning him. 1, 2, and then MJF, who's on commentary, puts Bailey's foot on the rope to stop the count. And the ref stops the count, and Bailey is saved. And then Bailey's friend and tag team partner, what's his name, Kevin Knight?
That's correct, yeah.
He comes out and he gets mad at MJF. At that moment. I'm like, wait a second. He just helped your tag team partner not lose a world title match. Why are you getting involved here? And then it's not like he turned on him. He was by his side and cheering him on the whole time. Kevin Knight there, still with Mike Bailey. So I didn't understand why when MJF helped Mike Bailey in that match, Kevin Knight then appears and is like, "Whoa, MJF, don't get involved." And it's like, what? Sportsmanship, That was weird. It was a weird moment to come out. Be out there from the start. Who booked that?
I can't tell you. I don't know who was the agent for that match. Or
no, but you know what I'm saying. That was a weird moment.
I mean, it made Kevin Knight look kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But I think the rationale on that one is, like you said, sportsmanship. And the fact that, how could you get involved like that? And
Terrible. Very stupid.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. It kind of made Knight look kind of bad, but that was their idea.
We have Solo Sikoa in the ring right now. We're watching SmackDown. We should mention we are watching SmackDown. Solo Sikoa is wrestling Damian Priest. I'm not sure why. They had a confrontation earlier tonight, right? Tala Tonga
they've been feuding.
Yeah, but Tala beat Nakamura. And then Solo and Tala and Tama Tonga. Tama, who kind of pretended like he wasn't with Solo, but now he is fully with Solo. They all beat down Nakamura. And Damian Priest made the save without his tag team partner and the other half of the tag team champions, R-Truth. And Truth is still not there. Truth is not ringside, even though Priest has, to deal with Solo's 2 goons that are ringside. Tala Tonga just punched Priest in the face while the ref's back was turned. Where's R-Truth? Is he hurt? Oh, he was kind of hurt, right?
Yeah, he wasn't medically cleared.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why he's not there. I wonder if that's a shoot, because he's, not even on the show tonight. I haven't seen Truth.
I mean, maybe that's just them thinking ahead of time. They knew he wouldn't be there, so that's why they kind of gave him that out. I could see that happening.
Well, you say a lot of things have happened, John, and, you're, I guess, more excited for the Mick Foley thing than I am, so that's something for you. The other thing was the Ludwig Kaiser arrest, which, seems like a minor thing that'll be dealt with and he'll move on. Anything else? Because I feel like not that much has happened. I'm still waiting to be amazed by something you bring to me, John. What's happening?
I don't know. Like for you, it's tough. Like nothing really amazes you. So, but
Give me something good.
I think it's pretty awesome that Brock Lesnar's back, and not only back, he's going to be wrestling.
That happened. That's
next
a big
Sunday.
happening. Brock is back.
Okay.
There you go. You got me there. There we go. That's juicy. We'll talk about Brock.
And this match is over.
That's the biggest news of the week, right? Brock unretiring for some reason. Okay.
I think Kaiser might be a little bit more ahead of that.
You think?
But I mean that puts a match in jeopardy. That mass versus mass match now. Like,
but
is that not
apparently
in
he
jeopardy?
got cleared by the court to still travel for work.
Okay, is he there like this weekend? Because apparently they were supposed to do something like tomorrow, right?
Well, the match is next weekend,
right?
So I don't know where he is.
But he's supposed to do like a segment or something tomorrow.
Solo just beat Priest with a lot of interference, and then Solo and his buddies were beating up Priest, but then Royce Keys came out to make the save. And Solo and his buddies backed away, didn't attack Royce Keys. And this has been a running thing. They're trying to, like, recruit Royce Keys. And Damian Priest doesn't trust Royce Keys because he thinks Royce Keys is with them. Even though Truth is like, no, he's cool. He's our friend. He's going to be in Judgment Day 2000. And now Priest just goozled Royce Keys like he was going to fight Royce Keys. And then Royce pushed him off, and then Priest was like, oh, sorry. That was something, I guess. There's, like, friction. Is Royce Keys with Priest, or isn't he? And Solo is trying to recruit him into his group. No. Randall is dropping a super chat. He says, Cleveland Cavaliers, you are cursed. That was a big story. Danhausen did curse the Cleveland Cavaliers and help the New York Knicks win a game, right? That was a thing. Danhausen going wild. Danhausen mania. It's Danhausen mania, brother.
I mean, we'll see what happens this week. Last week, we didn't get much of it, thankfully. But apparently he's bringing someone back to life. The rumor of that is it's Baron Corbin.
Yeah. You could leave him dead.
I mean, who else, would fit in that role? PCO would be great, but I don't think they're going to use PCO for that.
I mean, literally any other wrestler? You? I mean, anybody.
Well, you saw the whole, thing where he has somebody, he's reanimating somebody or bringing them back to life.
Mm-hmm.
They look pretty tall,
Right.
So.
Oh, Mosshausen.
Can't just be. But yeah, something like that I could see happen.
Oh, Mosshausen would be pretty funny. Corbinhausen? Baronhausen? Baron Corbinhausen? I don't know about that. I'm not so into that.
I actually think the idea of him having a muscle with him is actually a good idea.
Yes, but
yeah.
Baron Corbin? I don't know. Is that the best they could find?
I mean, he's still around. He's been active.
Yeah.
I think he even did a match in AEW, so.
Did he? I don't remember that.
It was a dark match.
You know what is a big story, John, more for our show than anything, is last week I kind of just threw a thought at you saying, hey, how come no TV wrestling company has tried to put Enzo and Cass together? They're out there. They had their best work together. They were really popular together. And now over the past few days, I'm hearing rumblings that Enzo was at the Performance Center and Big Cass's AEW contract is coming up, and they're thinking about giving them a run in NXT. Could be the revival of Enzo and Cass. We're also hearing that the WWE's trying to revitalize their tag division. Maybe Enzo and Cass get bumped up to Raw or SmackDown. They were very over as a tag team. And I talked about it just kind of out of nowhere last week. And then lo and behold, this week, WWE's like, yeah, we're going to do that. That was kind of weird.
Well, it just goes to show, I think you saw that there's something lacking right now in WWE. And good tag teams is one of them. And overacts is another.
Yep.
And that's a good mix right there. So,
entertainment. You need entertainment. That's why Danhausen is so over right now. He's entertaining. A lot of these guys don't know how to entertain. Enzo and Cass knew how to entertain, especially Enzo. Oh, and here is Danhausen. Oh, there goes Danhausen. I guess during the commercial break that they didn't show us, Danhausen was shooting out T-shirts from a T-shirt gun. I don't think we're going to see any more of Danhausen. Last week, he was starting the cloning process. This week, he's got some giant human under a tarp. I think next week, maybe the reveal. Who knows? I don't think we're going to see more from Danhausen because Cody Rhodes is about to wrestle Sami Zayn in the main event. Should be soon.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay for SmackDown to kind of just float by because it can be very long at times.
Yeah. SmackDown tonight was not great. I thought Raw was pretty good, but SmackDown was not that good.
I got to give it to Dynamite this week. That might have been one of the best Dynamites, I think, of the year easily.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness. Like, you started off with that crazy trios match.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had Mark Briscoe against Ciampa, that crazy
nuts.
hardcore match.
Yeah.
And then you had Darby Allin versus Speedball. I'm like, top to bottom, I mean, that's rare. Usually it's first and last match, but really it was start to finish.
Yeah, you're right. It was good. Good matches. Solid card. Eventful. Willow Nightingale had to give up the TBS championship because of injury. Also drops out of the Owen Hart tournament. Sucks for Willow.
I mean, it's highly unfortunate. I mean, to lose a champion and one of the top contenders in that tournament, because we talked about the women's side of the Owen Hart tournament last week. It's pretty weak, and she was one of the few stars they had in that. And now you put a wild card in there. Maybe they can get somebody, because I would hope they can find someone to add to this, but that's rough to lose a top contender for a tournament and a champion all in one shot. Someone I think they've been building to be like the next big star in the women's division.
Yeah.
And that's tough.
Like, she could have won that tournament easily.
And she has before. She could be the first ever two-time winner, I think.
Yeah. But not anymore for Willow, unfortunately. So that was news this week for sure. I thought Raw was pretty solid, though. I thought Finn and JD had a good little hardcore match. It was fun. Well done. Was another match on Raw that was pretty good. The 6-man tag, the tornado tag, the Americanos versus the other Americanos was fun.
That was probably the best match, I think, on Raw. Was that match.
It was pretty good. Seth, in theory, was kind of boring. Not my favorite.
And that's the main event, so that's what kind of hurt Raw, I think.
Yep. Main event was probably the weaker match on the show. Oh, there's Mariah May backstage with Chelsea Green. I know she's got a different... What's her name?
Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe. Okay. Oh. Nia Jax and Lash Legends attacking Chelsea Green because Chelsea was with Tiffany Stratton earlier tonight when Tiffany beat Lash Legends. And Lash Legend and Nia Jax have a tag title match tomorrow night, Saturday night's main event, against Paige and Brie Bella, the tag team champions. Okay, how about Brock Lesnar? Before we start previewing all the shows, because there's a lot of shows to preview, John. All right? We'll do Saturday night's main event, then we'll drift over to AEW land and do the double and the nothing. Or the nothing. We'll see. Brock is back. He attacked Obafemi. That was the big deal on Raw. Outside of, I guess, Jacob Fatu getting beat up by Roman Reigns. I want to talk about that, too, because that was a weird deal. Brock Lesnar is back. He attacks Obafemi. Hits him with, 4 F5s. And that's it. And then Paul Heyman is backstage with Adam Pearce, and Adam Pearce is like, "What's going on here? I thought he was retired. I filed the paperwork for him." And Heyman's like, "Well, yes, he is retired." And Pearce is like, "Okay, well, what?" And he's like, "But I'm going to make you a great move for your career. Here's a contract." And Brock Lesnar has signed it. He said Brock Lesnar, so maybe he's got a name change, and it's not Brock Lesnar anymore. It's Brock Lesnar. But I think that was just, he misspoke. Nevertheless, Brock Lesnar has signed this contract, and now Obafemi has to sign it, and then you have a rematch for Clash in Italy next week, Brock and Oba. So I would assume Oba will sign, and Brock will wrestle Oba next week. So Heyman says Brock is retired, but he also has a contract to wrestle a match. I don't think Paul Heyman understands what retirement means. Retirement means you no longer do the thing that you used to do. Brock has come back a month later to do the thing that he retired from a month ago at WrestleMania. He took his gloves off, put his boots off, hugged and kissed Heyman, cried. Everybody was crying. Everybody was shocked. Now, a month later, it's like, oh, he's back. Why? What's the deal?
I mean, it got people talking, right?
Yeah, but what's the story here? There's no good story. Heyman's like, he's retired, but here he's gonna wrestle. It's like, okay, so he decided he didn't want to retire. Came back. He's mad. Oba beat him, and he's coming to fight Oba. I guess that's the story. Doesn't like the way it ended. He was defeated after losing to Obafemi. He's thought about it, and he's going to come up with a new game plan and beat Oba this time. Because if you'll remember, in the lead-up to the Brock-Oba match at WrestleMania, Brock didn't get any over. He didn't beat up Oba at all. Oba kept beating him up. And then beat him in the match. But now Brock comes back, and in the build to this match, Brock beats up Oba, leaves him laying. So I guess Brock wins, and then they're working towards a rematch at isn't SummerSlam in Minneapolis or something this year?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I think Brock's going to do that. It's kind of where he's from. Maybe it'll be the final match against Oba. I know I saw some people saying that he might wrestle for the title. If Gunther beats Cody at the Clash in Italy, then Gunther could wrestle Brock and maybe retire him for the title match, retirement, that type of thing. Brock wins, he's champion. Brock loses, he has to go away forever. He has to retire for real. Gunther could be the man to retire him, continue the Gunther streak of retiring guys. I can see that. I'd be happy with that. But I think Brock is back for at least a couple of matches now. Because what the hell? What was that whole retirement thing at WrestleMania? Did they call him and go, yo, you can't actually do this because you agreed to do these other matches? We have a contract? Or I really wonder what happened here.
I think you can always look at it like that might be his last ever WrestleMania match.
Right.
So,
but not his last match. But it felt like his last
that's
match.
It. They never said anything like that. So he could say he's retired from WrestleMania. That could be his whole thing with that. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just did that and they didn't know what was going on. And they always said, like, they're not sure what's going on with Brock Lesnar.
Right.
Even though they put him in the inactive, they said he's in the alumni section. They didn't know what was going on, but I think someone finally got to him, and maybe some more money was thrown his way. They did cut a lot of people's salaries, so maybe they had to give Brock a little bit more. So I can see that happening.
Yeah. Weird.
Well, maybe that's what happened.
I don't know. Something happened. Because the story's not really making sense unless, over time it will. Hopefully they can make sense out of this whole thing. Shout out to Angelo Contagonis. He's on the chat. Kyle Salisbury as well. Members of the team over at join.ringsidereport.net. Join.ringsidereport.net. Randallus dropping the super chat. Thank you, everybody, tuning in live. Angelo, there was a show yesterday. AJ and I did a show just for you. So you can check that out on the channel later on. We did a big MMA show last night. Had a lot of fun. Watched the Canadians as well. Canadians winning last night. I'm sure John was thrilled.
I was happy. I'm sure Angelo was distracted, so that's probably why he missed the show last night.
Yeah. Yeah, big deal. So that was a big deal. Cody Rhodes coming out, about to wrestle Samuel Zayn. And Roman Reigns, he attacked, with the Usos, attacked Jacob Fatu this week. Jacob was beating up the Usos, and then Roman came in, and it was like a 3-man beatdown. They tied him in the ropes. They beat him up. And the crowd cheered for Roman. And I thought, this is weird. 3 babyfaces in a 3-on-1 attack against one heel who's got nobody to help him. They're beating him down. They're tying him in the ropes. They're super kicking him. They're hitting him with Superman punches and spears and everything. And the crowd is eating it up. It was kind of like heel tactics. And then Jacob Fatu challenged Roman to tribal combat. And that will happen at the Clash in Italy next week. WWE building 2 shows at the same time. They got Saturday night's main event tomorrow, and then next Sunday afternoon, it'll be Clash in Italy. Didn't it strike you a bit odd? I heard some boos, I think. I think some people were starting to feel bad for Jacob, but I just felt bad for Jacob. The guy just wants to feed his family and make the same amount of money as Roman and take the belt and get his turn. And Roman and the Usos are like, no, you don't get to have this. And not only that, but we're going to beat the hell out of you, all 3 of us, and you're going to have no help.
Right, I get that, but this is the big thing. When you don't acknowledge Tribal Chief, that's what happens. You're going to get beat down like that. So
okay. So he's still the same old Roman. Okay
I mean, yes and no. I think before you get beat down and then he get mad at you. Now he gets mad at you, then he beats you down. So I think there's a little bit kinder Roman, actually.
Okay.
He leaves the belt there with them and everything, too. They give him the belt when he gets to the shows now. Like, definitely much kinder Roman. He usually always took the belts with him. He took the extra belts that he didn't even recognize anymore. But now he leaves them with Adam Pearce. Or he leaves his one title now, at least.
Does he?
You didn't notice that? Like, no. The last couple of weeks, every time, give him my belt. Give him my belt. Management holds on to the titles now.
That's weird. I'm seeing some chatter about the next week's SmackDown. They're not going to watch it because the Canadians are going to be in Game 5 or something. I have good news for you. The Canadians are going to sweep, first of all, so there won't be a Game 5. But if they don't, by some strange miracle for the Hurricanes, and there is a Game 5, you could still watch SmackDown because it'll be on in the afternoon. Because SmackDown will be emanating live from Barcelona, Spain, next Friday, starting their European tour. They'll be in Barcelona on Friday for SmackDown. So that'll be on in the afternoon for Canadian viewers on Netflix, live. Probably like, 1, 2 in the afternoon, something like that. So it'll be on early. You'll be able to catch SmackDown in the afternoon and then watch a Canadians game at night. Works for you, right, John? Isn't that good for you? I mean, you're not going to want to watch SmackDown while the Canadians are on in a playoff game. So you could watch SmackDown in the afternoon from Barcelona.
Well, I'll be wrestling that day in Montreal. So
yeah.
I don't know if I'll be watching any SmackDown or any hockey.
Yeah, we won't even have a show next week because I'm going to be going to see Johnny wrestle. I'm going to go see you. Haven't seen you wrestle in a while, so we're going to go. I'm taking the crew.
Well, that's happening.
Yeah. So that's happening next week. I was at Dairy Queen today, John. I saw a poster for that show, and I didn't see you on it. I was pretty disappointed.
I mean, just because you're not on a poster doesn't mean that's not going to be a good show or you're not going to have a very good match.
Yeah, I know. But still, I wanted to see you. I got a small cherry slush. It was nice. In case you were wondering.
I didn't really wonder so much. I wonder why you're at Dairy Queen. I thought you were more like, around your area. I don't want to give away around your area where you go. I think you mentioned it before. Yeah, but there's a local thing more around your area that you go to.
For ice cream?
Well, I just meant restaurant in general. I don't know if they have ice cream or not.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, anyways, like there's other restaurants around that area that I thought you'd go to.
No, I went for like an afternoon treat. I picked up the kids from school, and then we went for ice cream because it was a hot day. Okay.
Really? That hot?
Yeah, it was hot in the afternoon. It was like 22. I was in shorts and a t-shirt, and I was comfortable.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nice. A little cool in the morning, a little cool in the evening, but right in the middle of the afternoon was perfect. Perfect hot weather. Shorts weather, baby. It was a good time. Anyways, there was a poster for your show in the Dairy Queen window, and I was like, hey, that's Johnny's show. I don't see Johnny. A lot of wrestlers on that poster. No Johnny. But that's okay. Tomorrow, Johnny won't be on that show either because it'll be Saturday night's main event. It'll be, let me tell you who will be wrestling. Penta will be defending the Intercontinental Championship against Ethan Page. Logan Paul and Austin Theory defending the tag team titles against the Street Profits. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss will be taking on Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab. Becky Lynch going one-on-one with Sol Ruka. And Paige and Brie Bella defending the tag team championships against Lash Legends and Nia Jax. Saturday night's main event tomorrow night from Fort Wayne, Indiana. How do we watch this thing in Canada, John? It's on YouTube?
That's right.
I don't like that. I'm so used to Netflix, you know? Why they got to switch it up on me? YouTube.
I mean, it's not the roughest thing in the world. I mean, it just pops up on the WWE channel.
Fine.
You can watch it at any time too. You don't have to watch it live.
I will. All right. What do you think? What do you think? How about the tag team title match? First of all, what's the main event? It's Saturday night's main event, but it's a show without a main event, really.
I would think it'd be the 6-woman tag. I would think. It's got the most star power in it.
But it's non-title. We've got like 3 title matches on this show.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, think about it. If Hogan and Macho Man are in a match, but they have like the IC title defended, I mean, what's the main event? I mean, Hogan and Macho are going to be in the main event because they're the biggest stars. So the biggest stars are the main event, not the title match.
Penta's on the poster.
I mean, there's potential there. I could see that. I see that more if there's a title change, but I don't think there'll be a title change.
No?
Not in that match, no. I don't think so. I think Penta will retain.
In the women's tag?
I'll go with the Street Profits. I think the Street Profits are going to take it.
Whoa, really?
Why not?
I don't see that.
I see a change, so I'm going to say it's the end of that one.
I don't think the change is going to be there. I think Street Profits lose to the Vision. Logan Paul and Austin Theory up. I've got them winning.
Yeah, it's okay.
With, trickery, tomfoolery, cheating, Braun Breaker.
Yeah, I think Seth.
Oh, maybe Seth helps them win, and that's what turns them to finally team up with Seth and be friends with Seth. Seth gets friends by helping them win the tag belts.
Something like that.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay. Starting to convince me now. Ooh.
Okay.
Damn, you see Cody fly?
I'm seeing Sammy jump. Oh, yeah, Cody, it was a good jump.
Oof. Cody flew off the apron, landed on the announce table off a shoulder tackle from Sami Zayn. That was a nice bump. Cody Rhodes.
It was safe, though. He landed very well on that table.
Yeah, but it was just nice timing on the tackle and the jump to hit the table. It was just it was smooth,
Well, and that's it. It wasn't a crazy Darby Allin kind of jump, so he survived and didn't look like he destroyed himself in the process.
Yeah, well, there's only one Darby Allin. There's only
Thankfully.
One. Well, I don't know. If there was 10, it'd be kind of crazy. Oh my God. Why is there so many Darby Allins? Why are there so many crazy guys doing all this stuff? But Darby is really one in a million. Okay, so we're going through this thing. You've got the Street Profits beating the Vision. I'm going to go with the Vision retaining this one.
All right. I got the Street Profits up.
All right.
They want the smoke.
They do want the smoke. Penta and Ethan Page. I think that's where we see... Oh, man, I don't know. No, I don't think we see a title change there. I think Penta wins. I think a lot of these matches could go either way.
Of course. Because they're just mid-card, so
yeah,
they could all change titles, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing really matters on this show, so anything could happen. But I don't think Ethan Page takes the belt from Penta. I think the match could be good, though.
Potentially. Just, probably Rusev's going to get involved. Javon Evans might have interference. See, that's where I see the change, is when they do a four-way for the title. That's when there'll probably be a title change. But I think this is only starting with them.
Maybe. Unless, they continue the feud. Javon could accidentally cost Penta the belt and then cause some friction with Javon and Penta and then keep the four-person thing going with Paige winning.
Easily. It's very open-ended, this. So
yeah.
It's very possible.
Penta's held the belt for a little while, no? When did he beat Dom? Before Mania.
Yeah, but not too long before Mania.
I think Ethan Page wins. You got Penta?
I do have Penta, yes.
All right. Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss taking on Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab. Rhea and Charlotte won tonight against somebody.
Fatal Influence. I think it was Laney Lane and I think it's Lady Lane and
JC Jane.
Fallon.
I don't think her name is Lady Lane. I think it's JC Jane.
No, JC Jane was in the corner, on the outside. She wasn't even in the match, JC Jane.
Wait, the other girl's name is Lady Lane? It's JC Jane and Lady Lane? No, it isn't.
And Fallon Henley.
No way. Lady Lane is the other ones? I don't know. I don't know who they are. It's going to take a while for me to figure out who any of those three are. Even the JC Jane. They were wrestling a match. I don't know who any of them are. And I don't care so far. Gunther.
I can just tell. I think it's more the hair color. I mean, they're all strippers, right? That seems to be the gimmick. But
take it easy. I don't think that's their gimmick.
No, seriously. Gunther just interfered there.
Gunther interfered, was choking out Cody. Sammy went to attack Cody, bumped Gunther off the apron, turned around and got hit with the Crossroads 1, 2, 3. Cody just won with some interference from Gunther. Now Gunther in the ring attacking Cody. They're going to wrestle next week in Italy for the belt. Gunther, Cody. Gunther powerbomb. What a cool guy. Gunther.
Left him laying here.
Oh, Sami Zayn coming in to try and stop Gunther from attacking Cody, facing off with Gunther.
Wait.
Is Sami going to stop him, or is Sami just going to leave? And Sami does nothing. Gunther puts the chokehold on. Sami just watches. Oh, boo, Sami. Heel Sami. Oh, Sami's walking away, just watching Gunther choke Cody to death. The referee has also left the ring for some reason. Gunther choking Cody. Cody is lifeless. Gunther could murder Cody here in the ring. I mean, Cody could die. If you cut a man's oxygen for a certain amount of time, you kill him. Somebody really should be stopping Gunther from killing Cody. I guess he's not quite under the chin. It's just like a sleeper hold, but Cody does seem unconscious, so seems like Gunther's got him in some sort of chokehold, and he now releases, and Cody is unconscious, even though he rolls over quite nicely. He's unconscious. He's dead. He's breathing. It's okay. You can't hold the choke. I just hate when guys hold chokes for that long. I go, he's dead now. If you're actually choking him, he just died. He died like 5 minutes ago. But, it'll work. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, to be fair to the ref, I think he just ran away because he was scared. He was still on the outside on the
Yeah, but as a
apron.
referee, you got to protect a guy from killing another guy. That's what referees are there for. That's what they're there in the UFC
well, you're
for.
not
It's
wrong.
like, guy's choking the other guy. Guy goes unconscious. The referee's like, okay, get off him, dude. You see you hurry because you're like, yo. All right, he's out. Let go. You let go. He's sleeping. He's snoring. He wakes up. Everything's okay. You usually do check on him. There's nobody checking on Cody medically. Cody's just alone in the ring, face down, unconscious, and no doctors come to check on him. Gunther's just celebrating after choking Cody to death. Classic end of SmackDown. Wonderful. Rest in peace, Cody Rhodes. We'll miss you.
Something that's very intriguing that we just saw right at the end there is that they stated. I didn't really check that part. I don't know if they've acknowledged that AI is doing their scripts now or anything, but whatever, if that's the credits. But something very telling for what's going to happen next Sunday is the fact that that's going to be in the first hour, Cody and Gunther. And they've also stated that Roman and Jacob will also be in the first hour. So that's an amazing start to Clash in Italy.
I guess Brock and Oba will main event. Because if they're not main eventing, who will?
Well, but that's it. I mean, it's pretty incredible that you have your championship matches, your 2 world championship matches will start your show. Pretty amazing, but it also goes to show you that they're really trying to get people to watch on ESPN2, I think. To get the viewership up for that, I'm guessing.
Well, 3 matches official. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the undisputed WWE title. Roman Reigns defending against Jacob Fatu, the World Heavyweight title in Tribal Combat. And Rhea Ripley defending the WWE title against Jade Cargill one-on-one. We also expect Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi to be added to that card. Pretty big card. They're getting all the big stars in Italy. Roman, Cody, Brock, Rhea, Jade, Gunther. Big stars.
I mean, you look at Saturday Night's Main Event, and it feels like it's a Raw or a SmackDown compared to Clash in Italy, which seems like it's WrestleMania almost.
Yeah, it's a big show. And this Saturday night's main event is really not. What do we say here? Rhea, Charlotte, and Alexa against Jade, Michin, and B-Fab. I'm going to go with Rhea, Charlotte, and Bliss. Even though they won tonight. Come on, it's Rhea and Charlotte on the same team. They shouldn't lose. I know Jade Cargill's on the other team, but she has Michin and B-Fab.
Yeah, I'm totally going with Jade's team.
Yeah.
Jade's baddies. I think they're going to win.
Oh.
Yeah, they're going to win. You got to build them up. I mean, Jade's got that title match next week, so you got to give her a bit of momentum going into that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fine. Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca. Becky says Sol Ruca doesn't deserve a title match. Sol Ruca says, how about I wrestle you? I think Sol Ruca's going to beat Becky. Becky's like, oh, you're 0-2, Sol Ruca. You suck. I'll wrestle you, but you don't get a title match. I think Becky probably loses to Sol Ruca here and maybe wrestles her for the title next week in Italy.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happen. Again, I don't know where this falls in terms of starting, ending. This seems like more of a middle of the card kind of match. It's not really a big match, but it's Becky, so they'll give it a decent spot, I think.
I think Sol Ruca will benefit more from this Becky Lynch rub than Maxine Dupree did. That didn't work. Also, what happened to Natty?
Well, I mean, whatever happens to Natty, everything kind of just fizzles out all the time with her.
It always happens. You're like, oh, cool, Natty revamp. What are they doing here? Nothing. It disappeared so quick. Like, they're both still under contract, from what I understand.
I think what hurt was the fact that you saw the match, Maxine versus Natty, wasn't much of anything. And I don't think it could get much better than what they showed us. So
yeah, but that was Maxine.
Yeah, but I mean that was the whole thing, was them against each other. They were together, and then they started feuding. And when you can't produce in the ring, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. All right, so Sol Ruca gets a win here. Sol Ruca, I think, will have a better career than Maxine.
Sure. Wasn't big on her promo this week, but I think they're not going to give up on her so quick.
Paige and Brie Bella defending against Lash Legends and Nia Jax. I think the run is over here. It's enough.
I feel like this run could end at any moment because it just feels like it wasn't supposed to be this way anyways. It was supposed to be the Bellas.
Yes.
So
I think this is the title change. I think this is the move. I think this is the switch. I mean, Paige and Brie wrestled this week on Raw. They defended the titles against Raquel and Roxanne. I was surprised they won that. But I guess they had the Saturday night's main event match that they had to get to. So, okay. But it's not really working. They seem out of place in the division. They seem like they're kind of slowing the division down. I don't know what the future of this thing is, but it's just not working. And I think it ends tomorrow. We put it back on Lash and Nia because they were very good as a tag team champions. They tried something else at Mania. Didn't quite work the way they wanted it to. It was a WrestleMania moment that didn't quite work because the Bellas weren't even... it was Paige and whatever. It was something, but it wasn't what they wanted. It was there for one moment, and I think now it's time to go, okay, let's put it back on some of our real talent. Let's put it back on Lash and Nia. Let's reorganize this tag division. And I don't know what happens to Paige and Brie. I really don't.
I don't know if you're really going forward with your tag division, if you're just going backwards like this. But I think I agree with you in the sense that this was just more of a give them a moment, and eventually we'll just get back on course with whatever we were doing before.
Yeah.
And that's what they were the champions before, so. And I'm guessing they had a bigger idea of a run for them, so just put it back on that course. I think that's what's probably going to happen. So, yeah, I think we'll have new tag champs for men and women this Saturday.
Okay. I think just women, and we'll see. That's Saturday night's main event coming up tomorrow night. Clash in Italy is next week. I know we're not going to be on next week to preview it, so let's do a mini preview now. How about Brock and Oba? It's not official, but it's going to happen. Do you think Brock is here to get the win
official.
back?
They showed the graphic. It is official.
Okay. I didn't see that.
And
I think Brock gets a win back.
Yeah, because they're probably going to do a trilogy, right? So makes sense. Brock gets the win back. I hope it's a good match because I thought the first match kind of sucked. So
it was kind of fun.
I thought for a Brock match, it was very underwhelming for what it was. The only thing that made that match was the fact that Brock did a retirement angle afterwards. Match-wise, nothing special. So hopefully they have a better match. And that's all I can hope for. It's just better action. I don't expect a long match, obviously, but it's better action than we got in like 4 minutes.
How about Roman and Jacob? Any chance Jacob takes the belt from Roman next week? We have heard that Roman's taken some time off in June. He's not working the Saudi Arabia show. Maybe?
You know, it'd be nice to see Jacob as champion one day. I just don't think he's going to beat Roman. Especially in this kind of match, too.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening. I see Roman retaining. It's not the main event, too, by the way. So it's probably going to be the first match you see.
Yeah, Brock and Oba probably the main event.
So, yeah, I don't think Jacob wins in this. It'll be a good match. It'll be fun to watch. I mean, I think they're good brawlers, both guys. So, but Roman retains.
How about Cody and Gunther? Do you think Gunther has a shot? I think Gunther always has a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we see a new WWE champion. I think Gunther's going to take it.
I'd like to see that. I love Gunther. I love Cody, too. I think they're both great. I think the match will be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. I do agree with you, though. I think Gunther probably takes it, which will be fun.
It just makes sense. They've been building him up. Like, he should take it.
Hey, wasn't Punk supposed to be on Raw this week?
Well, it didn't happen unless something, like, didn't see or something. Like, I don't know about you. I didn't see him.
Where's Punk?
Taking time off. No, he ran hard as champ, so.
Yeah. Hope he comes back soon. And Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill, I don't see Jade taking the belt back now. She just lost it. This is just a rematch.
Right. Yeah, I don't know who's going to beat Rhea at this point. I mean, maybe Charlotte, because it feels like they're building towards that.
Yeah.
But I don't see anyone else right now close to beating Rhea.
Maybe Charlotte, maybe Tiffany, maybe Mariah May. There's options.
I mean, with the newer ones, it's tough to say right now. They're giving them chances, but
yeah,
I don't know if they're going to give them championships like that. I mean, there's championships like IC title, US title, but then like the Rhea Ripley titles, the Cody titles, those are hard to get.
Kiana James.
You think she's going to be Rhea Ripley? I don't know about
Maybe. That. You never know. Wrestling's crazy, man. You never know, okay? Maxine beat Becky Lynch. Come on. Anything can happen. Fandango beat Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. Baron Corbin, a retired Kurt Angle. Anything can happen in the WWE.
Yeah, again, that's the whole trying to get the new talent over kind of thing. But as you saw with all those things, it didn't really work out too well.
It doesn't mean they don't try them. They still do those things. They always do the things. Okay, I am done with the WWE. Thank you.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
Exactly. Let's go to AEW. Maybe they'll impress us with their performance. Darby Allin and MJF will impress us with their performance. I'm always impressed by everything they do. They are fantastic. MJF is the man. Big Hebrew. My man. My favorite. MJF. The best. He's putting his hair on the line. Didn't he get, like, his hair surgically done? Like, wasn't he losing his hair a little bit, and he went to get, like a transplant of some sort? Was that real?
Well, you saw the interview he did with your buddy there, Ariel, right?
I didn't watch the whole. I saw some clips.
Okay. But he talked about it. He said he didn't go to... He's never been to Turkey.
Okay.
He said he didn't know where Turkey was on the map, so...
Okay, but did he get, like, a hair thing done? Because it looked like his hair came back a little thicker and different. But, I don't know, maybe he's just growing it and styling it a different way. It's hard to tell. I don't know. Did he get, like, hair, like a hair treatment, some sort of hair thing?
That seemed to be a thing a lot of them were pushing, right? Like, that seemed to be the big joke, inside joke in AEW. People were saying that he had
done that, something with his hair. But was that real?
He says, like, it's real, 100% real, his hair, so that's his words.
Just because the hair is real doesn't mean he didn't get it, like, surgically. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't admit to any kind of surgery or medical procedure to get hair fuller, thicker, or whatever. He didn't say anything about that?
He kind of, like, walked around stuff like that.
Okay. But it is, like, a rumor, and people were talking about that.
I mean, I've been like Adam Cole say something about that, I think, first. And then a bunch of wrestlers afterwards kept saying it, as we kept seeing on storylines in AEW.
Yeah.
It was the running joke, pretty much.
Well, MJF is putting his hair on the line, which seems like if you're going to go through the trouble of getting, like, surgical hair, shaving it off is, like, such a commitment if he actually does do it. Commitment to the wrestling business, to the character, to the match, to everything, to the company. I think MJF would look kind of cool bald. Maybe this is just the birth of bald MJF. Remember when Kurt Angle lost his hair? You're like, no way. And then he was just bald forever after that, and you couldn't really picture him with hair anymore. Maybe this is just the change in MJF. Maybe MJF's just a bald guy now going forward. Or maybe he wins the AEW title. I am not sure. MJF, Darby Allin, main event. I don't know who's going to win, and I'm happy about that. Don't spoil it for me. Don't tell me who's going to win if you know. I don't want to know. I want to watch not knowing. I think MJF is going to win. I think he's going to retain his hair and win the championship. It's in Queens, New York. I think, he wins in MJF country. Darby Allin has been running very hot, wrestling twice a week, defending the title in crazy matches. I think the story will be it caught up to him. His body couldn't do it. MJF is great, and MJF cheated, and he took it from Darby. I think MJF wins. I think the hair stipulation is great. It adds extra intrigue to it, but I don't see him shaving his head. And I could see him winning the title more than I see him shaving his head. And Darby's had a cool run with the belt. He's established himself as a guy who could win the AEW championship. He will be a former AEW champion. He can win it again. He's now a main eventer, legitimized in AEW. Mission accomplished for Darby Allin. Give MJF his belt back. I think that's the move. I think the match will be great. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's a great main event. It's the match on this show. It's selling the whole show for me more than any other thing on this show. The rest of the card is actually not that exciting for me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't love it. But Darby and MJF, I do love. I think it's great. They're two of my favorites, if not my two favorite wrestlers in all of AEW. If not in the whole business. They're my top 5, for sure. So I'm hyped for this. World title match between two of the best wrestlers doing it today. Can't get better than that. I'm going to go with MJF, new champion. 3-time champ. Let's go. Mention the cinch.
I think he's going by Big Hebrew now, if not mistaken.
Whatever. Many names. All good. Big Hebrew is good. Big Hebrew.
I feel like this is kind of
He doesn't even. You think? I don't think he speaks Hebrew. How much Hebrew you think? You know, probably a little bit.
They got into a big debate though about Palestine. He was
with
really
Hawaii.
passionate about that. Yeah, he was very passionate about that. Like, I'm not saying he speaks Hebrew, but man, he's very into that though.
Well, he's well informed and he's got good opinions. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, and I appreciate his passion without question. He is a very passionate man. He is not afraid to vent his feelings.
He's not afraid to speak his mind, which I really appreciate. I like MJF. Yeah. I like what he stands for. I like how he represents himself. I think he is a generational talent, as he says. He really is. Top level. World class. One of the best doing it, and potentially one of the best to ever do it. MJF is exactly who he says he is. He's all that and more. He's the best in the business. Is he the number one guy in the whole business right now? I'd say it's pretty hard to top him. I would say if MJF isn't the best in the business, it'd be very hard to make an argument for someone else over him. You could make it, but I think it's tough. You know, you look at guys like Cody or Roman or Gunther, promo-wise, match-wise, they're not quite measuring up to what MJF is doing as far as the work, as far as what he's actually delivering. They're great. They're selling tickets. They're moving merch, but MJF is too. He's carrying the company, and he is at a level that they're just not. They're not at.
It's a little different with MJF because he's got to me it looks like anyways, that he's got to deal with styles that are not exactly always what he prefers, but he kind of shows that he's very versatile and he's willing to go outside his comfort zone more so than I think in WWE, where they have their set ways and this is the way it's going to be, and their set standards and practices pretty much, where MJF, it's pretty much, we've seen him, the sky's the limit in terms of what he's willing to do from what it seems.
Yep. He is great. Do you see him winning the belt?
Yeah, I think this is pretty obvious that he's going to win. It's a nice little extra about the hair. It makes people want him to lose. And that's a good thing for the match for people to want to watch it. But I think it just makes a lot of sense for him to be the champion when you have Will Ospreay pretty much pushing to win the championship in Wembley Stadium at All In. Having MJF as champion to beat Ospreay, that seems to make a lot of sense, I think. Yeah. That's the match to go with, in my opinion. Then Darby's good, but I think the attraction is more MJF versus Ospreay with that. And with Darby having so many championship matches already, I think that was kind of telling that, yeah, it's not going to be a long reign, so let's just try to get as much as we can out of him here.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree 100%. Where's Hangman?
Vacation? Again, a lot of these guys take vacation. Punk takes vacation. Hangman takes vacation. Maybe they take vacation together. Probably not.
I doubt it. That'd be
Yeah,
an awkward
highly
conversation.
doubtful.
They're at the same resort. Hey. You know, imagine they book a vacation at the same resort. They're stuck there for like 2 weeks. Their rooms are like right next to each other. That'd be great.
Is it something about me being empty-headed dumb something? Like,
Yeah, right? That'd be fun. That would be fun. I wish that for them. I really do. Okay. What else do we have at Double or Nothing?
more. A lot more.
More, eh? There's more stuff at Double or Nothing outside of the main event? Really? What else could there be, John?
I think Stadium Stampede is right up there, in my opinion, in terms of attractions for this pay-per-view.
Nah, Stadium Stampede is never my favorite. I don't love a Stampede.
I thought, again, given the time frame, I thought the first one was an attraction. I'm not saying it was a great match. It was an attraction.
Yeah.
And
We're having some
I'm interested to see what they do
connection
with
issues.
people this time.
Having some connection issues. Might have to refresh the stream if you're watching. We're having some weird internet issues tonight. I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that.
I hear you
everybody.
pretty good.
Yeah, you hear me fine, right? We're not cutting out you and me, right? But I think the streaming is getting a little wonky. I don't know why. Something's happening with the internet, I guess.
Faithful YouTube. Not so faithful.
Well, it's not YouTube. It's like a internet thing. Something with my connection, possibly. I don't know what's happening. It's very strange. It's unusual. I think we're back. I think we're good. Just refresh the thing if you're watching it live, and you should be good. Yeah, Anarchy in the Arena, it's not really my favorite. It's like a big cluster.
It's not
You know?
Anarchy in the Arena.
Or whatever it is. Stadium Stampede. It's all the same. What's the difference? Is this in a stadium? Oh, yeah, it's a tennis stadium. So I guess it's Stadium Stampede. Okay. I don't know. There's like a million guys. They're all over the place. It's a big brawl. There'll be some fun spots. But it's just not my favorite style match. Chris Jericho, The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin. Kenny Omega, Jack Perry, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson. All those guys. It's the biggest Stadium Stampede match ever. They take on Ricochet, Bishop Khan, Toa Leona, Mark Davis, Andrade El Idolo, Clark Connors, and David Finlay. Well, I think the guys you've heard of will win, the babyface team, because they have way more stars on that team. You know, there'll be a couple fun spots. Kenny will dive onto something. Jericho will have some comedic thing. Whatever. It's not what I watch wrestling for. Giant brawls around the arena. It's not really my favorite thing. The walk and talk, as they call it, not my favorite.
I mean, you just have so many creative minds in this match. I can't imagine it's just going to be another brawl. Like, I feel like you're going to see things that you're going to be talking about for quite a while, I think.
Or maybe just a week.
Maybe. Again, we'll see
3 or
in
4
terms
days,
of like how good it. Well, if you get through the day, we'll see about that too as well. Who knows? Because it's a long show, but I think this has potential to be something really special. Again, you have so many people involved. I don't know exactly how they're doing this. Is this going to be live? Is some of this going to be taped? I'm very intrigued to see how they pull this off.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. You got the baby faces winning?
I do, but I could see the heels win it too. Because again, this is AEW. Just because you think it's going one way, it's probably going to go the other way. So
yeah.
I would not be surprised to see the heels win this.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the baby faces. So you're going with the baby faces, or?
Yeah, I'll go with the baby faces,
Jericho
but I'm
team.
just saying that's not a lock. MJF's a lock. This is not far from a lock on this one. This is a 50-50, I think.
Oh. Okay. How about Will Ospreay Samoa Joe? I think this one is a lock. It's an Owen Hart Cup quarterfinal. I think Will Ospreay probably wins the whole Owen Hart Cup, and he starts his journey by beating Joe.
Yeah, I don't know who. Well, I think it makes sense. You can pretty much chart his whole tournament. I think we talked about too. The men's kind of obvious. This is hard, but yeah, I got Ospreay beating Joe, beating Davis, and then beating Swerve. But
Yes.
I mean, it's only Joe at Double or Nothing.
Yes. So Ospreay would beat Joe and then face the winner of Mark Davis and Jack Perry, which you assume is Mark Davis. And then Ospreay would beat Mark Davis in the semis and then face Swerve in the finals. Swerve is wrestling Bandito this Sunday at Double or Nothing. We both expecting him to beat Bandito. And then Claudio Castagnoli is wrestling Brody King in the other quarterfinal. I think probably Brody King comes out of that and then wrestles Swerve, and then Swerve beats Brody King, and then Swerve winds up in the final at Forbidden Door against Will Ospreay. Right? We're seeing it the same way.
Yeah, the men's is easy. The women,
harder.
I have no idea, really.
No.
It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. Okay, so we covered Swerve and Bandito. We covered Joe and Ospreay. Men's Owen Hart Cup quarterfinals. How about FTR defending the tag team titles against Edge and Christian? It's an I Quit match for the World Tag titles. If Edge and Christian lose, they can never team together again. I think Edge and Christian are going to win here. One more run with the tag belts. If they got a pay-per-view in Montreal this summer, we want to see Edge and Christian with those belts.
Yeah, I hope they win. I mean, they lost the last pay-per-view, so it would make sense for them to win this one. I think this should start Double or Nothing. You start off with a big championship win.
It might, but looking at the card right now in front of me, it seems like Okada and Takeshita may open the show, but that could always change. So we got Edge and Christian winning. How about Okada versus Takeshita? Okada defending the International Championship here against Takeshita. I think this might be a changing of the guard here, passing of the torch where Takeshita wins. Has Okada lost at all in AEW? Like one-on-one?
Very
Has he been
rarely.
pinned?
Very rarely. I mean, I think he has, but it's very rare. Remember, Bryan beat him, if I remember correctly.
I think Takeshita beats him.
Well, yeah, he's been international champion for years now, no, it feels like? So, yeah, I think Konosuke lost him, too, like, at World's End.
Yep.
This has been going on a long time.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's still happening. I don't understand.
I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't end here, but I think Konosuke is going to win this one. We might see it again in the next pay-per-view, too, but, I think we have a new champion here.
It's usually pretty good, too.
It'll be a good match. I have no doubt about that, but I hope there's going to be something in terms of progression in the story that just doesn't remain, they're still in the Don Callis family. I think there needs to be a little bit of a push in that.
I agree. Okay, how about Tekla defending the AEW Women's World Title against Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander in a 4-way? I think Tekla retains.
I think you need to keep Tekla as champion when you've just lost your TBS champion. You need some stability. So keep your women's world champion strong. And Tekla should go all the way to All In, I think.
I agree. Mina Shirakawa takes on Athena in a women's Owen Hart Cup quarterfinal. I think Athena gets the win here, and I think she might win the whole thing.
I mean, when you look at all the contenders, she's at the top one. The only thing is, like, then probably technically doesn't go all the way to All In. Then I could see another champion, but I mean, I definitely see her being Mina for sure. I think that happens. But there's a wild card involved too in this tournament now, so it's tough to say.
Could be anybody.
Yeah.
Where's Sasha Banks?
Mercedes against Alex Windsor. Yeah, that could happen. You know what? Like, I'll just throw like a wild one out here. I'll go with Britt Baker to come back.
Ooh.
I think that'll get people talking.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And whoever the wild card is, I think the wild card beats Windsor, I think.
Is that on the show?
Oh, is it on? I thought it was, because originally Willow versus... But is it still on the show?
No.
Oh, they took it off. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't...
We have one less match.
I don't think it's on the show. From what I'm seeing of the card right now, it's not on the show. I hope it is. I want to know who the mystery person is, but I don't know. Right now, I don't have it on the show. No, just Athena and Mina quarterfinals. How about John Moxley defending the AEW Continental Championship in a no time limit match with Kyle O'Reilly? They wrestled on Dynamite this week, and it ended in a time limit draw. So rematch, no time limit for the belt. I don't know. I could see O'Reilly beating Moxley finally here. Although he beat him before, so maybe Moxley gets the win back. I don't know. I don't care about this.
I'll go with Moxley. I mean, you're right. It could go the other way, too. I'm not, like, completely sold on Moxley winning, but I think Moxley wins this one.
Yeah. I don't know. The whole Moxley gimmick right now is not doing it for me.
What's your pick, then? Like, you didn't really say it exactly.
I'll go with Moxley to win.
Okay.
Yeah. Because didn't he, like, get tapped by O'Reilly before?
Twice.
Yeah. So Moxley's going to get one back. He's got to show Will Ospreay that, he's fit to be the leader of the group. If Ospreay wins and Moxley loses, Moxley kind of looks like an idiot. You know?
Wow. Yeah, but you still have him as the Continental Champion. I mean, how long is that supposed to last?
A bit longer. Until Ospreay wins the Owen, at least, I'd say. Until this whole thing with Ospreay's over.
Does he need to be champion that long, really?
It's a Continental Championship. We just said Okada's been international champion for like 4 years or whatever. Who cares? These belts are all meaningless. Give it to Moxley forever. Who cares? Continental Championship. Like it matters. Get out of here. None of these belts matter. The TNT belt, none of these belts matter in AEW. The only belt that matters in AEW is the world title. All the other belts are like insignificant mid-card belts, and you don't even know who holds them half the time. Insignificant. The man makes a title, not the title making the man. And there's a lot of men not making any belts right now. Just a bunch of belts with people that hold them, but not bringing them any kind of significance or relevance. Except for the world title and Darby Allin and MJF. Every other belt, mid-card belt, is meaningless. The Continental Championship, the TNT Championship, the International Championship. Meaningless belts that no one cares about, that mean nothing. You know it, and I know it.
There's far too many mid-card championships. Like, I was happy when they... Yeah.
I remember when the TNT title used to mean something.
I remember.
It doesn't anymore. It's too bad. They should have just kept it with one mid-card title. One main event title, one mid-card title, and you're good. Then they added all these other belts and tournaments and bullshit, and you don't know what's what anymore. It's terrible.
There's actually 4 mid-card titles, not 3.
Let me see if I can get there, because I've been helped out here. And I'm a person who watches a lot of wrestling. So if I can't get there, we got a problem. Kyle O'Reilly had a belt, right?
He's a trios champion.
Kyle O'Reilly? No, not Kyle
O'Reilly.
Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher's injured. He's out.
But he was
TNT champion.
And he had to drop. He was the TNT champion?
He was.
Oh.
But he got hurt.
Okay. So you're telling me there's another men's mid-card belt in AEW that's not being defended on this pay-per-view?
Oh, yeah. Well, TNT title's not being defended. Not mistaken.
Yeah. But you're saying there's another one?
Oh, yeah. I'm saying that too, yeah.
Continental, International.
Like the Jeopardy music right now.
I don't know. They made another belt, didn't they? Is it like the
they
newest
did,
belt
yes.
that they made?
They did, yeah.
Like the Undisputed Championship or something, right?
Well, remember, the Undisputed was when they merged the Continental and the International. That's what Okada was.
And then they demerged them?
Yeah, well, he had his own title for the Undisputed.
Right.
They...
Okay, I give up.
Demerging. Well, there's also the National Championship. Remember they brought in the National Championship? Yeah.
Wow, okay. Jack Perry.
He was the champion, but he lost that championship at the Fairway to Hell.
To who?
We talked about this.
I don't remember.
He lost to Mark Davis. Mark Davis is now the national champion.
Davis
he came out with
the belt.
He came out with the title on Dynamite.
I don't know. I guess I thought it was a Ring of Honor belt. Also, people have Ring of Honor belts, which is even crazier. They have 4 mid-card men's belts? That's really bad, man.
Yeah.
I can't even name the guys who have the belts in the company. That's not good. I watch these shows. This is not good, man. It's too much. When your fans don't know what's going on, like, you're going too deep. You got to pay such close attention to AEW to know what's going on. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They make wrestling for people that watch, like, only AEW stuff. Like, they want you to just watch AEW all the time and be obsessed with AEW and have that be the only interest in your life. That is the only way that you could follow what's going on in that stupid company. My God. Absurd. I've got Yankee games to watch. You think I have time to watch Collision to know what the fuck Mark Davis is winning? Ridiculous. National champion. They have an... So wait, hold on. You're telling me they have an international champion and a national champion?
Yes.
And a continental champion.
Right.
So one of them is the champion of he's the international champion, so he's the champion of internations, other nations, I guess, other than America. The national champion would be the champion of the nation, so usually America, because that's where they're in. That's where the company's based. Mark Davis is not American. And then the continental champion is the champion of continents, or the North American continent, North American continent. I don't. What continent are we part of anymore? I don't know. North America, right? It's a continent. Is North America the continent? Holy shit. It's too late. I'm getting lost. Help me. I don't know anything anymore. Anyways, so they have a champion of of continents. They have a champion of nations and the champions of internations. What the fuck is going on over there? International champion, national champion, continental champion, and then TNT champion. He's a champion of the TV channel that they are on sometimes, that they used to be on. Well, Collision is still on.
And you do know there's differences for like some of the title matches, right?
No.
Oh boy, like that's really gonna get you then.
Don't care.
It's like
lost interest. There's special stipulations.
Well, you know about the continental matches, like the stipulations for that,
no
right?
outside interference, right?
No outside interference. There's usually a time limit, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's pretty much... There's still disqualifications, though.
Okay.
So you
what
can't
about
just
the
do
international
whatever.
champion?
The big thing with that is that's defended not just in AEW, that can be defended outside of AEW.
Okay, but it isn't.
But it
and
isn't,
what about the national champion?
Oh, there's really nothing about that. It just looks like the NWA national title. That's the only special thing about that.
Cool. Jason Pete says they're champions. They're geography champions, Dave. Yes, I understand, Jason. They are geography champions. It's ridiculous. I mean, you see how silly this is, right? This is crazy.
Well, it gets sillier when you bring in the ROH titles, and it's like, okay, it's way too much when you do that.
What is happening in this company? Okay, are we done previewing this show? Have we done all of this? Moxley, O'Reilly, we did that. I guess we could skim through the pre-show matches. We've done the whole card. Pre-show matches, John. Megan Bayne and Lena Cross versus Zeta Steel and Viva Van. I'm going to go with Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. It's a 5-minute tag team eliminator match. If Steel and Van last the 5 minutes, they will earn a future AEW Women's World Tag Team title match. Oh, so all they have to do is last 5 minutes. Maybe the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe the last 5 minutes. Like, tag match.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, they'll probably. I'll go with Zeta Steel and Viva Van winning by surviving the 5-minute time limit. At least it'll only be 5 minutes, John. That's the good part. Then you have a 10-man tag. What do you think? Yeah, Zeta Steel and Viva Van?
I'll go the opposite because they make Cross and Bane very strong, so I could see it being a squash.
All right. Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall. Yes, Big Boom AJ, the Costco guy. He's still around. They're teaming with Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong, poor guys, to take on Shane Taylor, Anthony Ogogo, Captain Shondine, Carly Bravo, and Lee Moriarty. 10-man tag. I'm going to go with the baby faces. I don't think Big Boom AJ has lost a match. Give him a world title shot. So. He's undefeated, brother.
Is the Rizzler going to be there?
Probably. Is he still a thing? That hasn't ended yet? The 15 minutes of the Rizzler?
I think he's got like a lot of sponsorship deals. He's got his own burger now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
nice. Good for him.
He's going far, man.
Good. I just didn't realize it was still going on. Good for the Riz. Nobody beats the Riz. So I'm going to go with the baby faces, Orange Cassidy and friends. Yeah.
So it's safe to say that. Yeah, I think they're going to win.
I could see Mick Foley helping them win. Or maybe the Big Show. He's always there with Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall. How about trios match now, the main event of the pre-show. It is Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta taking on Anthony Bowens, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. I'm going to go with the Death Riders over the Ops.
Oh, I'd go with the Ops, I think. I think they're really going to try to push the Ops.
Okay. I thought they were reuniting the Acclaimed. Why is Bowens with these guys?
Yeah, I didn't know they were reuniting the Acclaimed. I feel like they were teasing that, but
Yeah. Why didn't they do it? They were an over tag team, and now they're two guys that have no direction.
Well, they I think just got an idea with Bowens now, and they put him in the Ops, and we've seen him now for a couple weeks now with the Ops. So
is Joe still with the Ops?
I think Joe's the leader of the Ops.
Right. Okay. Interesting group of guys: Hook, Joe, Anthony Bowens, and Shibata. Okay, well, I'll go with the Death Riders. There you go. That's AEW
it's not
Double
exactly
or nothing.
And there's no Casino Battle Royal. Surprising.
Oh, well. Queens, New York this Sunday for AEW. Johnny, when is your next match? When can people see you?
I mean, we kind of already talked about it already in the show, but it's going to be Friday, Paradox Theater. I think tickets are still available. Bell time is 7:30. And hopefully there's no Game 5. So people will show up for it.
How do you get tickets?
Oh, you can get it, if I'm not mistaken, it's at pointofsale.com. You look up Pandemonium 4. You can get them through that. Or you can just show up there and buy them at the door. I think doors open at 6:30, if I'm not mistaken.
Pandemonium.
If you're looking up Paradox Theater.
Tickets. Pandemonium 4. I don't know. I'm having trouble. Oh, Point de Vente. LePointdevente.com is the website. And you could buy tickets there. LePointdevente.com. If you search Pandemonium 4 tickets, it should come up. And you could buy tickets there to see Johnny North on Friday. And guess what? I'll be there too, watching Johnny. So we won't be doing a show on Friday because I'm going to go see Johnny. And AJ will be there going to see Johnny and, some other friends of the Ringside Report family. Friends and family of the Ringside Report Network will be there in full effect to see Big Johnny in action. Yeah. My dad's coming, John. My dad's coming with me to see you. And I think also I'm going to bring the boy.
Well, they both came last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
Really? It's been that long now? Wow.
A couple of years.
I guess
least.
It has been.
Yeah, a couple of years at least since Zevi's seen you. And, it's close by. It's warm. We could walk. So it'd be nice.
Let's hope. I mean, week to week, day to day, the weather changes, but
it does. Hour to hour.
Yes, it's crazy. I mean, tomorrow's good, so it'll be fantastic. But yeah, next Friday, wait and see on that one. No promises that it's going to be wonderful weather, but let's hope so.
Game 2 tomorrow?
Game 2 is tomorrow.
Ooh.
In Carolina. Big game. Game 3 will be in Montreal on Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, you got tickets?
Heck no. I ain't going to watch any of those games. I might go to another one of those watch parties that you went to, might do that again. But
that was fun.
When they become available, I mean, they obviously we don't do that when they're in Montreal, but whenever they do it again, when they're in Carolina.
They don't have one for tomorrow?
Sadly, no. Like they actually didn't even show it outside. Like I was going to go outside Thursday in front of the Bell Center, but they didn't even do that because I think they're trying to lessen the amount of people that they have downtown because of all the extracurricular that happens after the games.
Wow.
Smart though, I think. I mean,
how much are tickets to the game?
Well, you can have fun paying a fortune for a ticket.
Let's see. I can get one ticket for $562. Way up.
I mean, that's not too bad, really.
$562 right now. I could get a ticket to go to the game, but that's for one ticket. Still,
I actually thought it'd be more.
No, that's for Wednesday's game. That's not tomorrow's game.
Oh, okay.
Well, still, what's the difference?
Yeah, no, still something. Yeah, it's a confirmed game.
Tomorrow's game, the cheapest ticket to get in, $532, even cheaper. You could sit in section 327, row M, for $532 right now. Pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'll wait for the watch party $12 tickets. Those are great.
Oh, wait, you're not allowed to buy one ticket? They make you buy two? No. What? Oh, because they're like resale and they're being sold as a pair. So the cheapest solo ticket you can get is $600. $609. Yeah, I'm not spending any money on hockey, but it's interesting. It'd be fun to go to a playoff game, but I just wouldn't spend $600 on a ticket to see hockey. I don't really like hockey that much. If it was like a baseball playoff game, I would easily spend $600 for like an Expos playoff game. Easily. But,
I hope Expos
hockey's
playoff
fun to
game will
watch
never
on
be
the playoff games I watch on TV. You hope what?
I hope an Expos playoff game would never be $600.
Well, if you build like a 35,000 seat stadium and they make the playoffs, it wouldn't be cheap. Wouldn't be
Still
cheap.
hope it wouldn't be $600 though.
Probably not. Probably less to get in. Still, tickets are expensive, and well, go Habs. Hope they win tomorrow night. Hope the Yankees finally win a game at some point. They lost again tonight to the Rays. They've lost 3 in a row. Your Red Sox
wasn't
lost
Cole's
2 tonight.
return too?
What?
Wasn't it like your hero? Like, was it Derek Cole? Like someone's birthday? Oh, it's Angelo's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday,
Angelo.
Angelo.
Wow,
that's nice. Happy birthday. Garrett Cole came back tonight. He pitched great. He had Tommy John. Out all year, or out all season last year. Came back tonight for his first start. Pitched really well. Looked, in top form. But the offense has not been doing anything for the Yankees. They lost 2-0 to the Jays and last night, and then 2-1 the night before. Just no offense, nothing. And they lost 4-2 tonight to the Rays. They've scored 3 runs in the past 3 games. You can't win baseball games if you're scoring an average of 1 run per game. That's not how you win game. Like, nobody's going to win a game if you're scoring a run a game. It's pathetic. That's not how you win. And that's not how you back up the excellent pitching of Cam Schlittler and Carlos Rodon, and now tonight, Garrett Cole. The Yankees not backing up the great pitching that we've been seeing. Incredible starting pitching, terrible offense. Aaron Judge is struggling. There's like 2 guys on the team that are hitting over 250. And a few guys on the team hitting under 200. So we need to change that. We need to make some big changes. Like, I'm getting pretty fed up with what's happening in Yankee land. It's not good. We need to make some moves. If Ryan McMahon can't hit, Jose Caballero needs to play third base, and Anthony Volpe needs to play shortstop. Because Anthony Volpe, since he's come up from the minors, has been hitting. So I would shift Caballero over to third, put Volpe in at short so we get some bats going. And I understand that Austin Wells is the catcher and you want Ben Rice to be the first baseman of the future. But if Ben Rice is catching, Austin Wells doesn't have to hit, JC Escarra doesn't have to hit, and then Ben Rice gets to hit and, fill that catcher's role, and you can have Paul Goldschmidt play first base and he can hit. I just want the most pop in the lineup possible. I just want the most offense in the lineup possible. For some reason, the Yankees have decided that Ben Rice doesn't catch. He plays first base, and he's the first baseman. But last year he caught. And this year, Austin Wells is garbage. So, I know they believe in him, but at a certain point, you got to you got to move on. You got to move on because the games aren't getting won, and you got to win baseball games. I would be pulling all sorts of triggers right now. I would be pressing the button. I'd be like, well, we're going to shake things up today. Ryan McMahon, you're sitting. Caballero, I know we said you're a shortstop, but now you're going to move over to third. You need to play third base because you can hit and you can field, so you're going to play third. Volpe, you're right now the hot bat, so you're going to stay in the lineup, and you're going to play short. Jazz, you need to pick it up because it's your contract year, and you are sucking. Like, I'm really close to saying...
run?
What?
Didn't he win a game for you guys against the Blue Jays? Like,
so what? That's one game. You got to be consistent. There's no consistency with Jazz Chisholm. His numbers have been terrible. Striking out all the time. He has been underperforming this season. It's his contract year. Next year, he's a free agent. He's going to get no money if he keeps playing like this. Nothing. He's been awful. So, Jazz needs to pick it up. If he doesn't, then I want to see Volpe at second base sometimes, and I want to see Jazz sitting, and McMahon will play third, and Caballero will play short. Like, I want some change in the infield. Because defensively, like, it's working, but offensively, it's not. And there are guys that are dead weight, and we need to shake things up. Shake it up. It's not working. It's not working. It didn't work against Milwaukee. It hasn't worked. We haven't beat the Rays once. We played them 4 times. We've lost all 4 games. We won the first 2 games against the Blue Jays, and then you...
I'm not impressed by your performance.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by your performance. The last 2 games against the Jays were pathetic. You sweep Baltimore in a 4-game series back in April, and then in May, you play Baltimore, and you lose 2 out of 3. Then you play the Mets and you lose 2 out of 3 to the Mets.
That was the worst.
Like, May has been terrible. And you go, damn, we're losing 2 out of 3 to the Mets, and now we're playing the Jays. This is going to suck. And then, we won 2 in a row. By 1 run, both games, but still. Beat the Jays 2 in a row. Okay, maybe, And then we just play like shit against the Jays 2 straight games. Don't win the series. Split the 4-game series with the Jays. Really felt like we lost the series because we lost 2 in a row and just went, bah. And then we lose to the Rays tonight. We're up 1-0. Can't hold it. Bullpen blows it because our bullpen is also a problem. Fucking Yankees. Get it together! And I said it all offseason. Give me a catcher that can hit. It's going to be a problem. And now Austin Wells, he's not defensively strong enough to merit playing in the big leagues as our everyday catcher. He's got no offense, and the defense is not good enough to be like, well, at least defensively. Like, Ryan McMahon is terrible offensively, but at least his defense is so good where you go, well, there's value. There's something there. If you can get the offense going a little bit, he's a very good player. Austin Wells is not good enough defensively where you go, ooh, if the offense could pick up just a bit. It's like, no, the offense has to pick up a lot to a point where he's not capable of getting it to. And the defense is just not good enough. And our backup catcher is J.C. Escara, who's worse somehow.
Well, the worst part is that now you're 5.5 back with the Rays. The Rays are like running away with the division now.
Taking the whole league. Well, they're running away with the American League. Let's be real here, John. They're running away with the whole league. They're 34-15. The next best team is 31-22. It's the Cleveland Guardians atop the Central. Yankees aren't even better than the Guardians right now. Yankees are in second place in the East, 30-22, 5.5 games back of the Rays. The good news is the Blue Jays are 11 games back, the Red Sox are 12.5 back, and the Orioles are 13 back. So the Yankees are the only other team in the American League East with a record above 500. The Jays, the Red Sox, and the Orioles are all playing losing baseball. They lose more than they win. Yeah, for now. Everything is for now, John. I'm just telling you what's happening, how the season has transpired so far. We're like a month and a half away from the halfway point of this thing. I don't like it. I don't like what I've seen from the Yankees. Not enough. Not enough. Pitching has been amazing. Amazing. Ben Rice has been a revelation this year. He's an MVP candidate at this point in the season. Cam Schlittler is a Cy Young candidate. Max Fried has been pretty good, but now he's hurt. Should be back soon, hopefully. Rodon has come back from injury looking very sharp. Garrett Cole came back tonight looking really good. But, Aaron Judge has struggled at the plate. He's struggled to get on base. He's hit some home runs, but he's striking out a lot. Wednesday night, he struck out 4 times. He went 0 for 4 against the Jays. Went 0 for 4 last night, too. Bad.
Wow.
Bad. And when Judge doesn't hit, nothing happens. Giancarlo Stanton's been hurt. He's been out of the lineup. We need Big G. Because when Judge doesn't do it, Big G picks us up. Because it's really, really hard to run through that Yankees lineup when Stanton and Judge are in it. Because one of those guys is going to be on. It might not be both of them at the same time, but it's very rare that they're both off. Because they're so good and they're so potent offensively that you're going to run into one of those guys taking you out of the ballpark. So having them both in the lineup is key. And then when you added Ben Rice and Cody Bellinger, it's like, ooh, that lineup is better. But without Stanton, there's just like something missing. I need more. All right.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, the Yankees play pretty good against teams under 500, and a lot of teams in the American League are under 500, so you'll be all right in the end. You'll make the playoffs at least.
Yeah. And, maybe we'll even get to the World Series. But we'll lose to the Dodgers. It's all.
Well, I don't think you're beating the Rays. You're not beating the Rays at this point. I'm sorry.
Not now, but I'm saying you never know. Playoffs, things happen. No matter what, you get to the World Series, you're going to lose to the Dodgers. The only hope you have is that the Braves somehow beat the Dodgers and fall apart in the World Series. But I think you're pretty much just going to lose to the Dodgers no matter what. I think the Dodgers are going to get scooped. I think the Dodgers are going to get Scooble at the trade deadline. How about that? They're going to be even more deadly after the trade deadline. I think the Tigers are tanking it. They're going to get rid of Scooble. And then the Dodgers are going to have another unbelievable Cy Young potential ace pitcher on their staff, and they'll be unstoppable. If you add Scooble to the Dodgers, I mean, it's crazy. I was watching the Dodgers game, and it was like the bullpen of the Dodgers had like 31 straight innings where they hadn't given up a run. I could only wish that for the Yankees. It'd be amazing. 31 innings without giving up a run for your bullpen? You know how nasty that is? That's it. It's over. The season's done, man. They've won. I don't even think they're in first place right now. Oh, no, they are. They're back. Padres and the Dodgers are really fighting it out. Padres are 1 game back now. Dodgers have taken the first place in the West, but Dodgers are very good. They're going to be really hard to beat. Like, that's an understatement. If you watch baseball at all, you're like, yeah, we know the Dodgers are good, dude. Of course they're going to be hard to beat. It's the Dodgers. All right, that's enough. Good night. Thank you. I'll be back eventually with Thursday with AJ. Fred will be back at some point, but he's busy. So don't worry. Fred will be back. Happy birthday, Angelo. Shout out to Angelo, Jason Pete. And Who else did we see? Kyle Salisbury. Members of the team over at join.ringsidereport.net. Thank you for supporting the Ringside Report Network, and we'll see you again real soon.
We appreciate your support and you being part of our community. Share, subscribe, and join us again on the Ringside Report Network, the Combat Sports Authority.